So today I was going to start silencer comparisons and silencer reviews. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm probably going to get a lot of comments asking the same questions. So I thought I would start off with why I'm doing my videos the way they are. What should you be looking for in a silencer? Now, probably a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, I'll make a different video because I might have slightly different opinions because I'm still kind of new into the silencer game. But as of right now, what am I looking for in a silencer? First, we need to talk about the weapon sound. To the whiteboard of knowledge. Number one, you got mechanical. What does that mean? When your firearm fires, it makes noise as it's cycling the action. So you can avoid a lot of that noise going like a bolt action or something like that. Number two, expansion. So what's going to happen is your projectile is going to come out of the end of the barrel. Right behind it is going to be a bunch of hot gas. That hot gas expanding into the cold air makes a bang. Number three, bullet speed. What that is your bullet flying through the air, it makes a sound. If it's going faster than the sound barrier, it's like a... If it's going slower than the sound barrier, it's more like a zing, like... So that's another noise. Number four, the reaction. What is that? So, we're going to pretend this is silenced. I shoot. I'm like, damn, dude, that was awesome. That's another noise that needs to be taken into perspective here. Number five, the impact. The round slapping the target. So, mechanical, obviously going like a bolt action or putting in like some sort of rubber buffer, something like that can make the firearm cycle quieter. The expansion, well, that's the job of the silencer. What it does is it has things in there to slow down the gas, depending on the baffle design, and then it's got chambers, so the gas can expand and cool off, so when the expansion happens right here, it's not as hot and the air isn't moving, or gases aren't moving quite as violently, so it's not as loud. Then bullet speed. Well, you attack this by using subsonic ammunition. The reaction. You gotta practice that when you shoot, you don't say something out loud commenting on how awesome that was. Number five, the impact. Depending on the bullet design, whether that's like a wad cutter or some pointy bullet will make different volumes of sound when it impacts a target. There needs to be testing done on this, which we will do later. And we'll figure out what bullet design impacts a target the quietest. Now, why I'm going to be making my videos in the way I am. First one, terminology. I'm going to call it a silencer. That is what the patent originally said. That's what it's classified as. Why do I use a silencer? Why do I call it a silencer? That's just to irritate the gun professionals. Because they will argue till they're purple in the face that it's called a suppressor because it's not silencing anything, it's suppressing. Yes, they are right, but I am also right. Because that's what it's actually called, is a silencer. Yes, the name doesn't fit right, but it's just the way of triggering the gun experts. Number two, decibel meter. At first we won't be using a decibel meter. So why am I choosing to do this? Because I don't feel the funds invested in a decibel meter gives you the payout. Not until we get to the second purpose of a silencer. Because a silencer has two different purposes. There's hearing safe and concealment. Hearing safe, there's no such thing as hearing safer. Or less. It's either hearing safe or it's not. That's super easy to tell. You just put the silencer on the firearm, shoot it without ear protection. Are my ears ringing? Was it painful? There doesn't need to be a decimal meter for that. Because hearing safe is hearing safe. Either it is or it is not. Now when we get into the concealment, because of how that works, then we'll use a decibel meter, but not by the silencer, because that makes absolutely no sense. Because it doesn't really matter what I hear, it matters what my target hears. So we'll probably put the decibel meter at 100 yards and shoot a couple past it, see what kind of decibel reading we're getting, and we'll probably put like a berm there and then see how loud the bullet is impacting. Because with hearing safe, none of that's irrelevant. You're just trying to make the firearm safe to shoot without ear protection. So like if you're hunting, you don't have to wear earmuffs or suffer from ringing ears. You're able to talk to the person next to you, you can engage your game, and it's fine. If you put on hearing protection and you're engaging your game and you're into the moment and that guy's like, hey, don't shoot because whatever, you're probably not going to hear it because your ears are on and you're in the moment. With a silencer, that eliminates your hearing protection. So if he's like, hey, stop, you'll hear him right away. Or if you're teaching somebody new how to hunt, it doesn't really make sense for them to have earmuffs on. Yeah, you could get electronic ears and stuff like that, but this is America, and that's not cool. So that's where a silencer would come in. Now for concealment, when we do the concealment builds, I guess you'd call it, systems, that's the best word. When we do concealment systems, it's an entire system. So let's pretend that, I'm doing a decibel meter to find out if it's hearing safe-er. It doesn't really make sense because your barrel length affects it, the bullet you're using affects it, the powder being used in the bullet affects it. So unless you're using the exact setup and the exact temperature that I'd be doing hearing safe testing, you're not going to get the same results as me. The only thing that matters with a silencer is that there is space for the gas to expand. There's no super secret technology behind it. All you got to do is have chambers. Anything at all that gives the gases a chance to cool down will silence it. So hearing safe is hearing safe. There's really no point in throwing a decibel meter on there just to determine if it's hearing safe. Now, like I said, when we do the concealment systems, then yes, because I'll put together a recipe for you. So I shot this particular projectile out of this particular powder with this particular barrel length. This is the results I got, so you would be able to duplicate that, because we're going to be talking about an entire system, like a 300 blackout silenced or a 45 APC silenced, something to where if my game is getting shot at and I miss, it doesn't know where I am. So let's say I'm coyote hunting, it doesn't know what direction to run. How well does the silencer conceal my location? And then, if there's two game, like two coyotes or two hogs or whatever, and I hit this one, is it quiet enough not to startle this one? How well is the bullet impacting the target and reacting as quietly as possible? So like I said, when we get into the concealment systems, then yes, a decibel meter is required. Then we'll get a decibel meter and we'll start doing the testing from there. And the next thing my videos are going to be concerned with, practicality. No doubt, pretending this is a blowback, so it don't matter. I could throw on a silencer the size of a coffee can, and it would make this stupid quiet. But it's not very practical. How are you going to carry that on you? What size can, because that's really what matters. How much space is in there for the gases to cool down? It doesn't really matter what super special baffle they used. Yeah, you might get slight differences here and there, but what matters is how big are the chambers. The longer and fatter the silencer is, obviously the more it's going to reduce the sound. So what size can we go that's practical, that gives us hearing safe? Now when we do concealment, we're going to push practicality away a little bit, because now we're looking at concealment, so practicality isn't quite as important. We're worried about concealment. Then one thing I need to figure out, because a lot of them are saying full auto rated. Well, what the hell does that mean? Does that mean that the guys that were testing it through 5 rounds in a machine gun did a 5-round magazine, then they were like, hey, everybody stand in a circle, turn to the right, and pat the person in front of you on the back. We just made a full auto silencer. Like, what are the specifications for them to call it full auto rated? Because there's got to be some sort of ground rules, otherwise full auto rated means nothing. It could mean I put 3 rounds in a magazine and I shot them full auto. It could mean I loaded up 7 magazines, 30 rounds each, and I dumped them in X amount of time, and the silencer is still good to go. So if any of you guys have any more information on full auto rated, what the actual definition is, or if there is even a definition, if it's just a marketing tool, I would like to know this. Next, we got materials. That's something else we're going to be talking about in the videos, because materials matter. Just like how chrome lining throws the energy down the bore and it's better at not absorbing energy, well, with the silencer you want the opposite. So if this was a chrome line silencer, it's not going to silence as well. You want dark colors to absorb the energy and help make it quieter. So what material is the silencer made out of? Is it chrome lined? How well does that material absorb and transfer energy? Did they put it together well? This will especially come into play with the next silencer video I'm about to do, because they didn't put it together well. You're going to want to watch that video. And as of right now, these are the things I'm thinking about when I'm looking at silencers. Like I said, probably a year, 2 years from now, my opinions and ideas may change, and I'll do an update video. But as of right now, that's what's important to me. Number one, what is the purpose? Are we just looking to be hearing safe, or are we looking for concealment? This is what you should be concerned about with a silencer, and this is what I'm going to be covering in my videos. So yeah, I'll get a bunch of comments at first. Where's your decibel reader? Where's your decibel reader? Where's your decibel reader? But unless I'm making a concealment package, it's irrelevant. Is it or is it not hearing safe? It's a yes or no question. There's no numbers attached to that. Well, there kind of is, because you have to be below a certain decibel. But you can tell when you shoot a gun if it's not hearing safe. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in some of my future videos. I may run cards to future videos, but I probably won't. If you'd like to check out any of my other videos, click on the links up here. If you'd like to help support the channel, I also got my Patreon. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. I'll run various things like decibel meters, what camera I'm using, etc., etc. And just by clicking on those links, even if you don't actually buy what the link is for, just by clicking on it and then doing the Amazon shopping you're going to do anyway, I get a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Now, I bet you thought I was about to say thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe. But if you made it to this point in the video, you're one of my super awesome viewers. The super ultra mega really cool ones. Which probably also means you're a Patreon. I was thinking about my next giveaway, starting to give away the pointers I use in my video and autographing them. I don't know what kind of interest you guys would have in that. Leave in the comments if that's something. Obviously, this one will be my next Patreon giveaway. This pointer's been in my videos a lot. So no matter what, that's going to happen, but would that be something you guys would find value in? Would you find value in getting stuff I have in front of the screen with an autograph on it, or are you just looking for cool swag? Fill me in. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.